even when it hurt. Even when you cried at 2 a.m. wondering what you did wrong. Even when your friends said, just leave. But you couldn't. And the worst part? You still miss them. Even now. There is something about a toxic relationship that doesn't feel toxic from the inside. From the inside, it feels like love. It feels like home. It feels like the one thing in your life you cannot let go of. And that is exactly what makes it dangerous. But here is what no one tells you. Buddha talked about this, not in a therapy session, not in a self-help book. Over 2,500 years ago, he described exactly what you are going through. The attachment, the suffering, the confusion, and most importantly, the way out. This video is not about telling you to leave. This video is not about making you feel weak for staying. This video is about understanding. Because Buddha believed that when you truly understand something, you no longer need to be told what to do. You simply know. So stay with me, because what you are about to hear might be the thing you have been waiting to hear for a very long time. There was once a man who lived near a river. Every morning he would cross that river on a small wooden boat to reach the village on the other side. One day, a great storm came. The river flooded. The boat was destroyed. But the man found a rope. He grabbed it and used it to swim across. He survived. When he reached the other side, he felt something. Relief, gratitude, a deep attachment to that rope, because that rope had saved him. So he picked it up. He carried it on his shoulders. He walked into the village. He carried it through the market. He carried it home. He carried it to bed. People looked at him strangely. "Why are you carrying that rope?" they asked. And he said, "It saved me once. I cannot let it go." Days passed. Then weeks. The rope became heavy. His shoulders ached. His back bent under the weight. But still he held on, because in his mind, letting go of the rope meant letting go of the thing that had saved him. Buddha told a version of this story to his students. And then he asked them one simple question. When does something that once saved you begin to destroy you? This is the first truth about toxic relationships. Most of them did not start as toxic. They started as something real, something warm, something that felt like it saved you. Maybe they came into your life when you were lonely. Maybe they made you feel seen for the first time. Maybe they gave you love in a way no one else ever had. And that is real. You are not wrong for holding on. But Buddha's teaching on attachment, what he called upadana, says this. The mind does not just attach to things. The mind attaches to the feeling those things gave us. You are not holding on to that person. You are holding on to the version of yourself that felt loved. You are holding on to the moment when the pain didn't exist yet. You are holding on to a rope that once saved you, even though you are no longer in the river. The water is gone. The storm has passed. But your hands are still gripping the rope, and the weight of it is breaking you. Buddha did not say attachment is wrong because love is wrong. He said attachment causes suffering because we confuse the experience of something with the thing itself. The love was real, but the love you are holding on to right now is a memory, not a present moment. And you cannot live inside a memory. You can only carry it. The question Buddha would ask you is not, do you love them? The question is, are you holding a rope that no longer has a river? A young monk once came to Buddha with a question. He said, "Master, I know a man who is cruel to me. He speaks harshly. He humiliates me in front of others. But when he is kind, even for one moment, I forget everything. I go back every time. Why?" Buddha smiled gently. He said nothing for a long moment. Then he asked the monk, "Have you ever sat beside a fire on a cold night?" The monk nodded. "And did the fire feel good?" "Yes," said the monk. "It felt warm. It felt safe." "And if you moved too close?" Buddha asked. "It would burn me," said the monk. "But," Buddha said slowly, "would you still feel the urge to move closer? Because the warmth is real, because the cold outside the fire is also real, and moving away means feeling the cold again." The monk was silent. Buddha said, "This is what intermittent warmth does to the mind. It does not teach the mind that fire is dangerous. It teaches the mind that pain is the price of warmth. And so the mind begins to believe Suffering is normal. Suffering is love. There is a psychological pattern that Buddha understood long before modern science gave it a name. It is called intermittent reinforcement. When love is consistent, the mind accepts it quietly. But when love is unpredictable, when it comes and goes, when someone is cruel and then suddenly kind, the mind becomes addicted to it, not because you are weak, not because you are stupid, but because your brain is wired to chase what it cannot predict. Buddha called this pattern tanha. It means craving, thirst, a hunger that does not know how to be satisfied. In a toxic relationship, you are not chasing the person. You are chasing the next moment of warmth, the next apology, the next kind word that makes you feel like it was all worth it. And when that moment comes, your brain floods with relief, and you think, see, this is why I stayed. But Buddha would say, you are not experiencing love. You are experiencing the temporary absence of pain, and you have mistaken that relief for happiness. This is the fire. It is warm enough to keep you close, and hot enough to keep burning you. The monk asked Buddha, then how do I stop moving toward the fire? And Buddha said, you do not fight the urge, you simply watch it. Observe the moment when your feet want to move. Observe the craving without obeying it. And slowly, you will begin to see the fire for what it is. This is what meditation teaches. Not escape, not suppression, awareness. Because you cannot leave something you do not fully see. And right now, part of you still sees warmth. Buddha is asking you to look again. More honestly this time, is it warmth or is it just the absence of cold? There was once a woman in a small village who was known for her kindness. She helped everyone. She gave without being asked. She smiled even when she was hurting. One day, a traveler came to the village. He was charming, confident, and he noticed her immediately. He said all the right things. He made her feel special. He told her she was unlike anyone he had ever met, and she believed him, because the way he saw her was the way she had always wanted to be seen. They stayed together, but slowly, things changed. He began to criticize the same things he once praised. He began to take her kindness for granted. He began to make her feel small for the same reasons he once made her feel large. But she stayed, not because she loved who he had become, but because she was chasing who she had been when he first looked at her that way. A passing monk saw her one evening sitting alone, looking sad. He sat beside her. She told him everything. The monk was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "You did not fall in love with him." She looked up, confused. He said, "You fell in love with your own reflection, the version of yourself you saw in his eyes when he first looked at you. You are not trying to save the relationship. You are trying to get that reflection back." She began to cry because she knew it was true. Buddha taught something called anatta. It means non-self. On the surface, it sounds complicated, but in the context of relationships, it is painfully simple. We often do not know who we are. We have an idea, a hope, a version of ourselves we wish existed. And when someone reflects that version back to us, when someone looks at us and we suddenly feel whole, we attach not to them, to the feeling of being whole. This is why the relationship becomes toxic and we still cannot leave, because leaving them feels like losing ourselves. Buddha would say this is the deepest illusion of all. You were never incomplete without them. The wholeness you felt was always yours. They did not give it to you. They simply showed you a door that was already open. But now that door seems like it belongs to them, and it does not. The real work Buddha points toward is this. Can you find that feeling of wholeness without needing someone else to hold the mirror? This is not easy. This might be the hardest thing you ever do, but it is the only way to stop falling for people who make you feel complete, only to slowly take that completeness away. Because anyone who can make you feel whole can also make you feel empty, and that is too much power to give to another person. A student once asked Buddha, "If letting go is the answer, why does it feel like death?" Buddha did not answer immediately. He picked up a stone from the ground. He handed it to the student. He said, "Hold this." The student held it. Buddha said, "Now hold it tighter." The student gripped the stone hard. After a few minutes, his hand began to ache, his knuckles whitened, his arm trembled. "Let it go," Buddha said. The student opened his hand. The stone fell, and then something strange happened. The student gasped, not from relief, from pain. His hand hurt more after letting go than while holding on, because the muscles had locked around the stone, because the body had built itself around the grip. Buddha said, "This is why letting go feels like dying, because you have not just been holding on to them, you have built your entire self around the holding. Your thoughts, your routines, your identity, your idea of the future, all of it wrapped around one person. When they go, it does not feel like losing a person, it feels like losing yourself." This is the most important thing to understand about why you cannot leave. It is not weakness, it is not stupidity, it is not even love, at least not entirely. It is identity. Buddha taught that human beings are deeply afraid of one thing above all others. Not death, not pain, emptiness. The empty moment after you walk away, the empty side of the bed, the empty contact list where their name used to mean something. We will endure enormous amounts of pain to avoid that emptiness, because the pain at least feels like something. The emptiness feels like nothing, and nothing feels like non-existence. But Buddha says something extraordinary here. He says that emptiness is not a void, that emptiness is a doorway. In Buddhist teaching, the concept of sunyata, often translated as emptiness, is not a negative thing. It is the open space where something new can grow. A field must be emptied before it can be planted. A cup must be empty before it can be filled. A heart must feel its own spaciousness before it can truly open. The pain of letting go is real. The grief is real. The identity loss is real. But on the other side of that emptiness is not more emptiness. It is you, the version of you that existed before you handed yourself over to someone else, before you built your entire being around one person's presence. Buddha would say this: you are not losing yourself by letting go, you are finding what was buried underneath the holding. Near the end of his life, Buddha was asked by a young woman, "Was there anyone in your life who caused you pain, who made your journey harder?" Buddha smiled. He said, "Many." She was surprised. "And do you resent them?" He said, "How could I?" Each of them was a teacher, not because they intended to be, but because every moment of difficulty is a mirror. It shows you something about yourself that comfort never could. She said, "But some people are just cruel. Some people just hurt us for no reason." Buddha nodded. Yes, and even then, the lesson is not about them. The lesson is always about you, what you allowed, what you were afraid of, what you were searching for that made you stay. She thought for a moment. Then she said, "So we should thank them?" Buddha said, "You do not need to thank them. You do not even need to forgive them right now. You simply need to understand that they were not an accident in your life. They arrived exactly when you were ready to learn what only they could teach you." This is perhaps the most difficult teaching, and also the most freeing. In Buddhism, there is a concept called karma, but not in the way most people understand it. It is not punishment. It is not cosmic revenge. Karma simply means every experience contains a teaching. The toxic relationship you are in was not a mistake. It was not proof that you are broken. It was not evidence that love is not real. It was a classroom, and the lessons inside it are specific to you. Maybe it taught you that you abandon yourself when you love someone. Maybe it showed you that you confuse intensity for intimacy. Maybe it revealed that you have been searching for something in other people that you have not yet given to yourself. These lessons are not comfortable. They are not the lessons you wanted. But Buddha would say, they are the lessons you needed. And here is the thing about lessons in life. If you do not learn them, they repeat. Different person, different face, same pattern. Until one day you stop and ask, why does this keep happening to me? And the answer is always the same. Because the lesson is still waiting. You can be angry at the person who hurt you. That is fair. That is human. But at some point, the most powerful question you can ask is not, why did they do this to me? The most powerful question is, what did this experience come to show me about myself? That question is the beginning of real healing. Not the kind that pretends the pain didn't happen. The kind that transforms the pain into understanding. So what would Buddha say about your toxic relationship? He would not tell you it was your fault. He would not tell you that you were foolish for loving. He would not tell you to simply move on as if the pain were nothing. He would sit beside you, quietly, the way he always did. And he would say, "You are suffering, and suffering is real. I am not asking you to pretend otherwise." Then he would say, "But look closely at what you are holding. Not them, not the relationship. Look at what you are actually holding. Are you holding a rope that no longer has a river? Are you sitting beside a fire and calling the burns warmth? Are you searching for a reflection that was always your own light? Are you gripping a stone so long that letting go now feels like losing a hand? These are not weaknesses. These are human things, ancient things, things that people have struggled with since the very beginning. But Buddha's deepest teaching is this: awareness is the beginning of freedom. You do not need to have it all figured out today. You do not need to be completely healed to take the next step. You just need to see it clearly, honestly, without judgment. The moment you truly see the rope for what it is, you will not need to be told to put it down. Your hands will simply open. And for the first time in a long time, you will feel how light you actually are. Thank you for watching. If this reached something inside you today, sit with it. Don't scroll away. Just sit with it for one moment. And if it helped, you know what to do. Subscribe to Echo of Bodhix, because there is more waiting for you here.